Greetings, everyone. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Master Moms Collective. Tonight, we are talking about the fruit of the Spirit. Our success requires us to be in full faith. Welcome, everyone from Instagram. Welcome, everyone from YouTube. Welcome, everyone from Facebook who have joined the Master Mom Collective. Is my scarf crooked? Is it giving crooked? I know my baby's out of bed. Yes, sir.
No, your scarf is fine.
Yes, sir. Getting those sheets. Getting those sheets.
Oh, it's an early bedtime. Look at that. Go
Ooh,
to sleep.
we sticking to a schedule around here.
Good, good night.
All right, sir. You gotta go to bed, okay?
Your
Because
head wrap looks good though. I like
thank
it.
you, sis. You know I love that pink on you.
Thank you.
I
Thank
was
you
just
so
about to
much.
let the people know what we was talking about tonight. But let me introduce my master mom. It's Everything Gabrielle, CEO on Instagram, but we call her Gabby. She is a wonderful sacred sister of ours, and she is always in her word. She actually is who brought the idea of us talking about the fruit of the spirit tonight. So we give so much thanks and praise for the creator working through her to give her the divine message for this Monday and for this week, so that we can start off our week with a idea of what it means to feed from the fruit of the spirit, what the fruit of the spirit is, and how that really matters in our everyday lives. So what we came up with as far as like the tagline to kind of bring it all together is our success requires us, like it's a requirement to have full faith in order for us to achieve success. And so Gabby is actually going to be teaching and sharing with us from the book of Galatians chapter 5, and we have an agenda for today. Just to let you all know, we do pray here. So we open up our meetings in prayer, and we strive to get on the same energy. We just try and kind of connect our energies together through the highest authority. Not saying that we all believe in the same thing. I happen to call myself a Muslim. My sister Gabby, she is a Hebrew Israelite. And our other sister, who will be joining us in a few moments, she actually practices African spirituality. Have y'all ever heard of like Ife? Have y'all ever heard of our belief systems that really bring in African natural lifestyle and holistic living? And so we all kind of call our faiths by different names, and we read from pretty much the same text but under different names, but we all serve the same God. So that, I think this is a wonderful part of the uniqueness of the Mastermind Collective, that we all have expertise in different books, such as our sister Gabrielle. She actually knows how to read Hebrew. So she teaches her children Hebrew. They actually observe the Shabbat every single weekend. She prepares for it. She understands her faith just like our sister Damari understands hers. And I am learning and understanding mine more and more, because there's so much information that has not been really talked about when it comes down to actually having a relationship with the Most High. Whatever you call the Most High has over 99 names. I can only tell you a few, but whatever name it is that you call the Most High, it's a lot of information that you don't even know that you don't know. And so, what we're doing is we're bringing all of our walks together so that we can just make it make sense. So, we called it a ghetto Bible study. We came up with the Mastermind Collective. That sounded a little bit more professional than Ghetto Bible Study. And
It's
so
still ghetto Bible study. It's definitely still that.
it's
And
definitely
it's not that it's ghetto, like, oh, we're just being ratchet and all over the place. It's the fact that we're breaking it down to where we can fully understand it. And when we fully understand it, we're relating it to actual real life situations. So when we get to that point, it's like, okay, it doesn't sound like it's proper. It just sounds straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like super ghetto, y'all. So don't make it. We not ratchet or nothing. We just straight to the point. We got to get to the point.
Yes, we do. And we all speak in a way where it's going to make sense. And so if King James and how he speaks doesn't make sense to you, we're going to put it in the language that we currently speak, that is going to reflect the culture in which we're in right now, so that we can better apply what it is that we need to get. Like, I honestly appreciate both Sister Damari and Gabby for both being open to doing something like this together. Because number one, when two or more are gathered, surely he is with us. And then number two, when women kind of come together and communicate, there is no problem within our circle that we can't solve. And then when we help our men to realize you don't have to be a woman to be a mother. Men give birth to ideas, they give birth to businesses, they give birth to movements, they give birth to industry systems. Like, anybody who's creating actually is a mother, especially when you nurture that creation, when you nurture that business, when you nurture that invention. So when we bring that type of perspective together, we're actually making it make sense in a way where now it's the living word. And so that is a great segue for us to get into opening up with prayer. I think that it'll be great for us um, to get that prayer done. Now, sis, I will ask you, would you like to do the honors, or would you like for me to do the honors?
I really like when you do it.
Yes, ma'am.
It's really nice.
It would be my honor to pray for us this evening.
And
And
I know you like doing it too.
I do. I really do, because it helps my prayer life. Like, I get another prayer for today because
Yeah,
Muslims, we have to
absolutely.
pray 5 times a day.
Mm.
So if I may pray for you, it would be my honor to do a good deed in that way. It would actually add to my responsibility. So
Mhm.
I would love to do our prayer. Okay. So if you're not comfortable with prayer, please respectfully exit the live. Um, if you are comfortable with
Yeah.
prayer, I will ask your permission to pray for you and over you at this time. If there are any objections or even prayer requests, we've never even asked if the audience
No, we didn't.
that we should pray for.
Oh my goodness.
So if
You
y'all,
know what? Let me write that down because that is something that um if you all are in our group, I'm going to make sure that I circulate that post throughout the week so I can get some feedback on what people are going through, because that's another thing that we're focusing on. We're trying to make sure everybody else gets what they need from us. So I will definitely circulate that post so we can get some info.
yeah, I think that would be terrific for us to do for our community that we're building.
Absolutely.
And if there's anyone, because I do have my Instagram live open, Gabby, I don't know if you have your Instagram live open on your phone or anything like that, but
Mhm.
if anyone right now on live has anything that they would specifically like us to pray for or to even talk about and speak on tonight, please let us know in the comments. We'd love your input and feedback and engagement. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know how you feel, or how this broadcast has impacted you in any type of way, so that we can continually improve and also make the impact that needs to be made. Like, it's no point for us to just think that we have all the answers, because there are so many people that have brilliant minds, and we're inviting you also to join our mastermind collective. Bring your ideas and talents to the table and join the conversation. All right, so let's go ahead and pray. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the most merciful. All praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds, the beneficent, the most merciful, Master of this day of judgment in which we now live. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. Guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor of those who go astray after they have heard thy teachings. I mean, and y'all, I mean is just the Arabic for amen. So do not get discouraged if I switch from English to Arabic, or my sister here says a word in Hebrew. However you can praise God, praise him. Whatever language that is, I want to learn. I want to learn Mandarin. You know, I want to learn some other languages. Like how do you say praise God in
Mm-hmm.
Turkish? Like how do you say that in the language in like one of the languages um in like the Philippines? Like that's very interesting. So if you all could lend us some of the words that you say, like I learned Hebrew, Metsuyan, it's like celebratory, like
Mm-hmm.
just different words. And you said what you shared something with us earlier on our FaceTime call. You said, how do you say good morning?
Boca Tov.
Yes, I
And I
learned
say, and then when you say thank you, I say Toda.
Toda. Yes, I've seen
Mm-hmm.
you text that. And so I'd like to adopt those words that I learned, so that if I ever find myself in a room with someone who only speaks that language, I can have a connection with them just by learning and knowing some of their language. So there's an agenda that we have today. We've already done the welcome prayer, so welcome everyone. The expectations are only that you be open. If you want to join the conversation, please leave us some comments. We have the opportunity to share your comments on the screen and share them as banners. So we want to invite you to join the Mastermind Collective on Facebook. We'd be happy to have you and answer that request. And so we were going to do a guided meditation after we do the introductions. We'll see how that goes. Our other mastermind, she is logging on momentarily, so we'll let you know if we're going to be doing the guided visualization exercise either earlier or later in the program. But to really introduce masterminds, Gabby was talking to me and she mentioned that there was so much talent at the college and university that we attended, Tuskegee University,
Mm-hmm.
and there was so much division. Like everybody's
Yeah.
just everywhere. Somebody's in Saudi Arabia, somebody's in Alabama, somebody's in Texas, somebody's in Canada, and we don't have necessarily a common ground where we get to shine light on what everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's so talented. I mean, when we hear Tuskegee University call for homecoming, everybody shows up.
Yeah.
But how many people are showing up for your business launch? How many people are connected on social media? We should have no problem running up followers, engagement, likes, and comments if we all were to tap in with each other every single day.
Yeah. And I agree with that. And I think the issue with that is the distance. Even though everybody's, far apart and we still have that Tuskegee connection, it's something that isn't connecting everyone, Nobody's bridging that gap. And I think because we attended Tuskegee and we know how important these businesses are, including our businesses as well, we know that there has to be some type of platform for us to either feature or just talk about. We could have a segment or something in our agenda that just highlights, like, for example, we have people that make clothes. We have people that are making shoes. We got people making shoes and restoring shoes. See, there's a difference. And then you've got people making cosmetic products. We've got people that are doing actual services, taxes, counseling. It's so many different avenues that everybody is just so beneficial in. And I love Tuskegee because we are just so popping. Like, I mean, I know it's other HBCUs. Hey, how y'all doing? But
Facts.
but Tuskegee is just like man, it's. I mean, what the was it? Is it the engineering or architecture department? They just got that contract to do the blueprint or design for the new stadium for the NFL or something like that.
Oh, we need to pull up that article. Hold on.
Like
Let me do some
we
background real quick.
we are all over the place. And then there is I want to say it's the architecture department doing that. And then is somebody else doing something like, oh, we just had that Nike shoe drop.
Okay, so Tuskegee partners with the National Football League to design an innovative state-of-the-art.
The stadium, right?
The School of Architecture and Construction Science is partnering with the NFL to design an innovative state-of-the-art fictional football stadium. This is the first time. This is the first time the NFL has utilized architecture and construction science students in this way. So
See?
shout out to the School of Architecture.
Yeah, they're popping. They're doing a really
Are
good
y'all
job.
seeing this? Let me zoom in for them folks who need reading glasses. I understand y'all. We love y'all. So we're
We
not gonna
talking about us blind folk
y'all
over
eyes
here.
because Tuskegee love to use this little font. Like they've been using this font
Yeah,
since the internet started. Tuskegee, come on now.
Oh gosh.
That's
Go to the top. Go back to the top.
a
Go to the
legal
top.
paper every time. Like
I think if you go to the top, you can make the font bigger. You hit that A plus right
jeez.
there. Yeah,
There we
you go.
See? They write everything like it's a legal document. Like
That's
like,
funny.
Like, come on
You
now.
like to use this little font. No, for
I
real.
love this font. This must be the Tuskegee font.
It might be. I wonder
Might
what
be.
anybody know? Where's Oscar? Oscar.
Where Oscar at? Shout out to Oscar.
Oscar.
The unofficial historian of Tuskegee.
Yeah, he's popping for real. He
Let me
knows all
share
the
this
good stuff.
article. Shout out to them. And shout out to the NFL for knowing where to go and get the talent. But this is the reason why we said let's push off and create the Master Mom Collective, because no one else is going to share these stories if we don't. If we don't care about what's going on in our community of knowledge, who else is going to care but us?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Tuskegee never needed nobody. But everybody needs Tuskegee. And that's what I've learned just by studying Booker T. Washington. I'm so grateful to Allah for his mind, because he knew that entrepreneurship and industry was the key to build yourself up from slavery. And so that term up from slavery always rings in my mind. That's a call to action. We haven't gotten up yet. We're trying to get our little legs. We're trying to pull up like a little baby on something firm. But that's why we have to talk about the word of God, because it's the firmest and strongest thing to help us pull up. And it will pull up, not only allow us to pull up, but we can also feed upon it for strength. We can also fall down on it, and it'll never, ever be pulled from up under our feet. So tonight, I'd like to go into the next part of our agenda. So, Gabby, if you would, I would like for you to get into your reading of Galatians 5. Am I saying that right? Is it Galatians?
Galatians, yeah.
Okay. I would love for you to get into your reading so that we can do an open discussion about it and bring in some other resources to just really tell this story about how our success requires us to be in full faith.
Okay. Now, I see that you have 1 through 12, but I'm just going to go ahead and read the whole thing because it's serious. Now, I know a lot of people like to read bits and pieces, as my 3-year-old likes to tumble around. I know people like to read bits and pieces of it, but in order for you to get a full understanding, you have to read the entire thing. That's just something that you have to get into the habit of doing, because when you are with your particular group, there are some that don't like to read the entire thing, and you have to get into that habit of understanding something as a whole. And you can't do that piece by piece. And also, Bree, if you would like to chime in around the time I'm talking or whatever I have to say, you can do so. So I just want to let you know that now. Um, Steadfast, therefore, and I'm reading from KJV, just to let y'all know as well. Steadfast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Behold, I, Paul, say unto you, that if ye be circumcised, Christ shall profit you nothing. For I testify again to every man that is circumcised, that he is a debtor to do the whole law. Christ is become of no effect unto you, whosoever of you are justified by the law. Ye are fallen from grace. For we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith. Now, remember that. We're talking about the Spirit. For in Jesus Christ neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but faith which worketh by love. Ye did run well. Who did hinder you that ye should not obey the truth? This persuasion cometh not of him that calleth you. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. I have confidence in you through the Lord, that ye will be none otherwise minded. But he that troubleth you shall bear his judgment, whosoever he be. And I, brethren, if I yet preach circumcision, why do I yet suffer persecution? Then is the offense of the cross ceased. Now that's serious, because whenever I read that, I feel as though it's like, why am I being held accountable for doing the right thing? You know what I'm saying? And it's like every time I'm trying to do something good, something always comes and knocks me down. It beats me up. And it's like, I'm just trying to do a good job. Why are you on my back? Get off my back. You know what I'm saying? So that's a test of judgment. Okay, 12. I would they were even cut off which trouble you. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. Hey, Damari, we reading, girl. Okay. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. But if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. Mm-mm. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. My children are loud. But if ye led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now this is where you have to take the time to read all of these words. Now, the chapter is important, but when you get to 19, between 19 and 26, it's like, okay, if I don't pay attention to this, what am I doing?
Yeah, read that next verse, because it tells them the acts of the flesh.
Yes. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness. Okay, now I'm going to chop this word up because I feel like I can't ever say it. But lasciviousness.
Lasciviousness.
I
Yes.
said it right. I,
You said it.
I did. My mama was like, lascivious.
You go, girl. You
I did it. You'll be chopping these words up sometimes.
go.
Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife,
Mm-hmm.
sedations,
Mm-hmm.
heresies,
Mm-hmm.
envyings,
Mm-hmm.
murders,
Mm-hmm.
what? Drunkenness,
Mm-hmm.
revelings,
Mm-hmm.
and such like, of the which I tell you before,
Mm-hmm.
as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Now let's say that again.
Okay.
That they which do such things,
Okay.
put the A in it,
Things.
shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
Yes. I would like to add this translation so that we make it absolutely clear. It says the acts of the flesh are obvious: sexual immorality, sexual immorality. That don't just include adultery.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Impurity, debauchery, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred. So just because you may not be practicing sexual immorality, if you're a hater, you're just as bad.
Oh,
Discord, jealousy. If you're jealous, you're just as bad as somebody who's practicing witchcraft. If you have fits of rage and anger, you're just as bad as somebody who's being, an
mm-hmm.
idolater. If you're selfish ambition, it doesn't just say selfishness, but if you are ambitious for the fact that it only serves you and you alone and is not for the greatest of good for everybody involved, that's
Yeah.
just as bad as you committing adultery.
Yeah.
Dissensions, where you actually cause dissension and cause friction between a group of people because you want a certain outcome and you're being manipulative. Okay. Factions
Yeah.
and envy is the mother of murder. Okay, so if you can envy somebody, then you could kill them. If
Yeah.
you envy somebody, you could rob them. If you envy somebody, you hating on them. So you're doing
Yeah.
a whole bunch of things when you're envious. Drunkenness, if you're drunk, you might as well be an adulterer, because right now you're drunk and you don't have any control over yourself. People who
Yeah.
get drunk, they kill people.
Yeah. Absolutely. That
And they're like, oh,
brain triggers.
I didn't mean to. How didn't you mean? You meant to get drunk though, right?
Yeah.
So you just didn't care about nobody else but yourself.
You knew what you were doing.
So when you're having orgies actually are acts of the flesh. Like, people right now, they're so comfortable with these orgy situations that they're actually going and telling people on social media like it's cool. But
Mm-hmm.
here the Bible says, I warn you, as I did before, that those who live like this will not inherit the kingdom of God. So this, the fact that if we take whatever Bible that you have and we look at the behavior, we can pinpoint as to why outside is the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
We can't. We can't. Like, I'm like, when Jesus comes back, that he don't want to come around. He don't want to come around here.
Absolutely not. No. No.
Why would he come over here and hang with y'all? Y'all don't even
Right.
want. Y'all don't even want to be right. Y'all brag. Y'all are bragging and saying, "Boosie, send me $1,000. I'll bust it open online for $1,000."
I
And
think the reason why people think that way is because of when he was here, he was with people that you wouldn't imagine him being with. He
Mm-hmm.
was with the two-faced people. He was with the thieves. He was with the people that were not liked upon in society. And I feel like they think that that's going to happen again. And that's not what's going to happen. This man is going to come back, lighten it up.
Because we've had 2,000 years to learn better.
Yeah.
And it also refers back in the chapter about circumcision. And it says in verse 2 of chapter 5 in Galatians, okay, we're in Galatians 5 now. It says, "Mark my words, I, Paul, tell you that if you let yourselves be circumcised, Christ will be of no value to you at all. Again, I declare to every man who lets himself be circumcised that he is required to obey the whole law.
Mm-hmm.
You who are trying to be justified by the law have alienated from Christ." How? If you want to be justified by the law itself, you're like, oh, it's the law that I do this, but you're not following Christ for the sake of following Christ, then what's it worth?
Yeah.
Still unclean.
Yeah.
And so it goes in to say, you who are trying to be justified by the law have been alienated from Christ. You have fallen away from grace. And so it's like you're justified by the law, like, oh, I'm better because I'm not a fornicator.
Mm-mm.
You're
No.
not justified because of the law. You're justified by your character. And so it says, for through the Spirit we eagerly await by faith the righteousness for which we hope. For in Christ neither circumcision nor uncircumcision has any value. The only thing that counts is faith expressing itself through love. So if you follow the law to the T and you don't love
Mm-hmm.
your brothers and sisters because you think you're better because you follow the law, you're still no better than them, honey.
Yeah.
And so when people hear circumcised, you're thinking of the male organ. The circumcision of the male organ was brought through the law of Moses as taught in the Torah or the Old Testament, the first 5 books of the Old Testament, as a symbol of pulling away the foreskin or cutting away the foreskin so that it could be clean.
Mm-hmm.
That if for in Christ Jesus, neither circumcision nor uncircumcision has any value. If you're circumcised and your heart is filthy, it doesn't matter that your male organ is circumcised.
Yeah, because you're not leading with love.
Yeah, if you're not circumcised, y'all, it doesn't matter if your heart is clean. It doesn't matter if your male organ is circumcised.
Yeah.
It has everything to do with how clean your character is because of love. Like, that's, for example, I wouldn't go and put my hands and my feet in a pot of dirty bath water.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Not because somebody told me not to do that, but because of what it's going to do to me. I wouldn't go and intentionally go and swim in radioactive water, not because there's a sign that says no swimming.
Mm-mm.
Somebody doesn't have to tell me to do that. I love myself enough to not put myself in danger. But some people, for the sake of TikTok, they will actually eat laundry detergent.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
They're not showing that they love themselves.
Mm-mm.
So I could guess that they would tell somebody else.
Look at Damari's face. She like,
You know, I don't know if y'all know this, but so many children have died from the original Tide Pod design. When that first came out, so many children passed away because they were ingesting a Tide Pod, which is 2 times more concentrated than the liquid detergent in the regular bottle. And so Tide didn't tell anybody all these babies were dying. They just put out commercials saying,
don't put them in
now
your mouth.
it's a child-proof container, and they would show a little baby trying to open it. But their heart isn't clean because they didn't openly say, parents, beware of the laundry detergent.
Yeah.
We want to recall this design. That's a flaw, and we need to redesign this packaging. See, it doesn't just go for individuals. The law of God goes for everything under the sun.
But you see how you literally just said what people do. Like, people put on this mask that they're just doing so well. They're following everything that they need to follow, but behind closed doors, they're not. And then when they're behind closed doors, they're trying to find a different way to show, like, what that just irritated me, because you really just said what they did, and it's like, why didn't you just tell the truth? Why don't you show us who you really are? Why don't you just show us and give us the actual message that we need to know?
But that's what Galatians says. Like in verse 7, it says, "You are running a good race. Who cut in on you to keep you from obeying the truth?"
Mm-hmm.
Kind of persuasion does not come from the one who calls you. So it has to come from Satan, or it has to come from the negative resistance. And we can see where people lean themselves based upon how they respond to trial,
Yeah.
how they respond in times of loss. Like, it took me a long, like, let me just bear witness. It took me a long time to stop smoking weed. It took me I thought I could smoke weed and still be a follower of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Because as Muslims, we love Jesus now. We love him.
Yeah.
And I thought I could still smoke weed and be a follower of Christ. I thought I was actually helping myself by smoking.
Mm-mm.
I thought it was medicine. I thought it was something that was helping me. So I was indulging in it.
You were abusing it.
What people call abuse is the misuse of something. So if I had a condition that actually required it,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't have a condition that actually required that type of additive or substance. But what I
Yeah.
was doing was I was actually keeping myself in a situation that I didn't want to be in because I was numb to it.
Yeah.
So that type of persuasion or knowledge or type of mindset that I had was trying to justify my sin. And so I actually, none of the things that I was doing that was right, none of my prayers counted because I was probably high when I was saying them.
Mm-hmm. And what do you have to do when you pray? You have to have a sober mind.
You have to have a sober mind. You can't say your prayers drunk.
Mm-mm.
You can't say your prayers on the drink. You can't say your prayers on oxy. You can't say your prayers on the bars. You
No.
can't be on the Zan. You can't be on none of that and think that your prayers is gonna reach where they supposed to go. It's actually null and void.
Yeah. Yeah, you just it's just being thrown away.
It just cancels itself out. And that's just me being honest. And so I also had to, once I overcame that trial, I had to overcome the trial of fornication. I really wanted to be with one of these guys, and I can't call him necessarily a brother because he's just not in that space. But I really thought I could have it, but I thought I could have my cake and eat it too. And I told myself, God ain't gonna bless no mess.
Mm-mm.
It just
No.
ain't gonna bless it.
You know how many times I have heard that this year from so many different people? It's crazy. God don't bless no mess. Mm-mm.
Don't bless no mess.
Yeah,
He
he
ain't gonna bless
doesn't.
no mess. And I was like, why do I keep falling into this same trap? Like, I don't even want us to use the word sin anymore because we have been taught this as a way of life. Like, it was taught to
The
us
level of comfortability.
to be any and everywhere. If one don't work out, find you another one.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there is absolutely
Yeah.
trash. Like, that persuasion is coming from what? It's
It's
not.
a level. It's the level of comfortability. We get so comfortable doing certain things to where it's like, oh, well, this is all I know. And that's where you start to sound ignorant, because it's like, okay, I know this too, but I know I have to take the time out to change certain things. You can't just you can't sit in stagnant waters. It's not productive.
Mm-mm.
So shout out to you for changing that in your life, because you felt as though doing that was going to take you to another level, and it did.
Mhm.
And for the people out there, you guys, if you guys are struggling with something and you feel as though you can't change, don't believe that. Do not believe that. And if you have people around you telling you that, oh, continue doing this, everything gonna be all right, pay attention to your external stimuli, the environment that you're in. If you're in an environment to where people are just like, no, don't do that, change your environment, change the people that you're around because
Mhm.
they're not allowing you to grow.
Right. It makes them uncomfortable because it requires them to level up too, and it was hard. It was hard. But
Yes.
this is one thing. This is how I got through it. I stopped running to sex for comfort.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped running to it to ease my pain, but I got some good sisters around me, as y'all can see,
Yes.
and I sought good counsel, and we prayed for each other, and
Accountability.
it built up my faith. So this show is, our success requires us to be full in faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to lean on my faith like I would lean on a blunt.
Right.
I had to say, you know what? I don't want to smoke. Give me some okra, a Coca-Cola, and I'm going to say my prayers. I had to replace that. Is it a desire or craving? Like, it was almost like a craving.
But Coca-Cola though?
Yeah, I actually like the activity of smoking. Like, I thought I looked so cool, and I
Yeah.
did. But I looked so unfeminine,
Well, here
and
we go.
I stank. Like, how am I having all these exotic oils and perfumes
But
and
smell like smoke.
smoke?
You can't even smell the oils, girl.
Pulls itself out.
You can't smell the oils.
Y'all, I went to pick up my baby smelling like gas.
Talking about, is there a skunk around here?
I was embarrassed because I thought I
Look
didn't.
at Damari's
I thought
face.
I had covered it. I thought I had covered the smell. We real talk, real talk,
That
real
is
talk.
hilarious.
We gonna real talk it tonight because I gotta tell y'all how I overcame
Oh
this.
my gosh.
I had to overcome, and so I had to replace wanting a blunt. And I'm telling you, I would roll a mean backwood, pearl the joint, everything. Okay, I had the whole kit. I had to give my whole kit away 3 times
Mm.
before I actually walked away from it.
I said, all right, that's it.
That's it. It wasn't it I wasn't cute. My lips were turning black. My mom was like, she would give me the ugliest looks. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
girl, what you looking at? Like, I'm cute. No, 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 no.
Talking
No.
about your lips, girl. Your lips. They're a
It's
little black.
your beauty. You don't smell good. You just
Yeah, it like your skin starts to get like loose and scaly and starts to sag a little
I
bit.
would burn my acrylic up.
Yeah, you can't do that. You got the little burn at the tip. No, you can't do that.
Not cute.
Mm-mm.
Not
You
cute.
know,
It
you
wasn't
shake
cute.
somebody's hand and they like, oh, look at this. She out here barbecuing. She got going on with her fingers. Like,
Sister Justine is tuning in with us via YouTube. Praise be to
hey,
Justine Love. Shout out to her. We appreciate her so much for sharing her energy with us. That's our other
Justine.
mastermind, y'all.
Justine.
Yes, our sis. She was like, she said, let me put the comments up there. She said, Bria, you are speaking because God doesn't bless no mess. Let go of the idol line and
Mm-hmm.
be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Yes, ma'am. She said, hey, family. Miss you so much. She said, a change must happen. Your mind is the boss and your body is your worker.
Absolutely. Let me write that down. What's she?
Okay.
Hold on now.
Y'all, I had to give up the smoking. I had to give up these meaningless ass men in my life who didn't mean me no good. I had to give up the mean girls in my life who just
Yeah.
complain. I ain't got time for that neither. Um,
Yeah.
and I had to give up the clients who wanted me to do their work for them. And in this life, nobody can do your work, baby. Even if you copied off of my test, your answer is going to be wrong because your problems and my problems is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do your work in life. I can't
Oh.
I can't solve your problem. So even if you tried to copy me, even if you tried to copy somebody else in your life because you're envious of them, you take what they're doing and you try to apply it to what you're doing, it's not going to
Mm-hmm.
get the same because you didn't seek within yourself what you really needed.
And if you do copy and you get the same grade as I do and you pass, you still don't know what I had to overcome. You still don't know what I had to do. You still don't know the troubles and the problems that I had to step over to get to this. So when somebody asks you in the future, oh, well, what is this and what is that and what is this? You don't know how to explain it. Why? Because you didn't go through it. You cheated through life, stealing everybody else's answers and everybody else's life. You don't even know about your own life. Grow up. Hold yourself accountable. Know what you need to go through instead of trying to covet other people's lives. That is something that people need to stop doing too. That's what's gonna hurt a lot of people. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what's also hurting now. People are doing that now and we see it in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Learn
Exactly.
from your own mistakes, not from everybody else's.
Exactly. um it says, and I'm gonna really keep just talking from my life experience because at the end of the day I had to separate myself from myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was me. And what I mean by that is that I had to, when people say, oh, be transformed by the renewal of your mind, everything must go.
Yeah.
How I talk is different, how I walk is different, how I self care is different. How I think about myself is different. How I talk to myself is different. How I
Mm-hmm.
speak to other people is different. How I show up for myself is different. How I do all of these things is different because I had to separate from my old identity, from my old self. I had to physically separate from her. And
Mm-hmm.
she's gone. I used to tell people, we should really have a memorial because y'all are not talking to her. If you met me 2, 3 years ago, who you're seeing today, I'm not her.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No.
She had to go. I kicked my own ass. So everybody's looking for a op. Everybody's looking for a op. Everybody's
Yeah.
trying to spin the block. Spin the block on you, sis.
Yeah. And don't do a 360, do a 180. Okay?
Well, they
I
can
need y'all to understand that
yeah, spin the block
people,
on you.
yeah.
You're drawing in these people.
Yeah.
You're drawing in these circumstances.
Yeah.
Because that
Absolutely.
old that old you or the version of you right now that's not quite it has pieces that are missing. And so in order to fill those empty pieces, you fill it with things that mean good. And so you're actually making and creating a reality out of brokenness, and you wonder why it's broken. You wonder why you broke.
Yeah.
You're wondering, and it's not just your pockets, it's you're broken in your mind, you're broken in your heart. I know my father broke my heart, y'all. He broke my heart. He's passed away, but I was there and I took him off life support and I watched him die, y'all.
Mm.
Watched him die. And what did that do to me? It expanded me. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I got to dream bigger. It's so much more to life than this."
Yeah.
This right here, I don't want to be someone who only takes a risk at a young age. Like every day, I gotta do the full range of emotions. I gotta laugh, cry, smile, yell, argue, giggle, dance, eat well.
Yep. Which leads to the fruit of the spirit, which is love, joy, peace. long suffering,
Mm.
gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. You have to understand that the change that you made literally held all of those
Mm-hmm.
in order for you to grow. You can't have one without the other. You know what I noticed? All of the issues with the flesh, you can do those separately, and it's a long list. I wrote it out last night. I wrote it out like in list form, and and the flesh, that list was so long, and I'm like, wow, they really can attack you from every angle. But when you get to the fruit of the spirit, when you're finding your peace and you're finding your actual purpose, it doesn't take that much. And it all ends up leading with patience. When you have that proper patience in your life and you come to the conclusion to where it's like, I want to change, I want to make this change for myself, I want to make this change for my family, for my children, for whomever you want to make that change for, which includes you, of course. All you have to do is just admit to yourself. Like in psychology, the first step is admittance. Like when you don't deny what you're going through, you know you're working towards progression. You know you're working towards change because you're addressing that and you're like, all right, now I can take it to the next step. Getting to the next step is what brings you to the spirit, the
Yeah.
fruit of the spirit. And it's so beautiful because, like I said, you don't need that much. You don't need that much to live a peaceful life. You really just got to chill out. You got to separate yourself and chill out. And that's what you did. You separated yourself. You changed your external stimuli, which changed your internal stimuli. So you gained that importance of why it's, well, what did we say? Internal states matter.
Yeah. And I stopped believing what my mind was telling me. I said, well, what did God say about me?
Mm-hmm.
I would talk back to that voice like, if you don't get out of here. So
Yeah.
I used to when I first separated from that mind, it tried to show me memories that were painful. So I
Mm-hmm.
sat in the mirror, and so this is the beauty of the Mastermind Collective, because we're not gatekeeping information on how we got to where we are. I sat in the mirror and I said, "Don't you show me another thing that's going to hurt my feelings. You
Yeah.
go to work on making me $1 million. Do you hear me?"
Yes, because
So
we got
my
to be
mind
multi-millionaires.
does, like, those flashbacks and that PTSD. Cut
Yeah.
it, cut it.
Yeah.
Like Justine said, I'm the boss of me.
Okay.
I'm running this.
Your mind is the boss and your body is the worker.
So Earl Nightingale, all of these motivational speakers, they were like, don't go to bed before making your list. No, fuck a list. Tell your mind what you wanted to do and let it go to work.
Mm-hmm.
We might not all have a list of going on. You might not know 50 things that you want to get accomplished. You may just want to live till tomorrow. Get
Yeah.
in that mirror and tell yourself, we got this. We making it to tomorrow. And I'm not
Absolutely.
taking nothing less. It's like you have to be so commanding, like a general, like a chief over yourself.
Mm-hmm.
In renewing your mind, you have to be so, like, forward march, like a military almost.
Yeah.
That
Mm-hmm.
type of energy with you.
Yes, you definitely need the full blown spirit of Abraham because that man was a straight up, I think he was a general.
Hmm.
Abraham was a general, and he, wherever he went, he commanded what he needed to command. He was not playing with people. Where, bring out your inner Abraham.
Hmm.
Where you at, Abe? We
Where you
need
at?
you.
And we're not talking Abraham Lincoln.
Mm,
Just for y'all information, we're not talking about him.
no,
We're talking about Abraham, the
one of our
father, the father
forefathers.
of
Everybody.
everybody.
The big man.
Jesus was a seed. You know, when people say
Okay.
he was Abraham, that's the Abraham we're referring to, not Lincoln.
Mhm.
Y'all not going back far enough.
No.
That's too young. We
No.
need the OGs, like the original gangsters. Like we're not talking about no Lincoln.
Yeah.
No, Abraham. He don't even have a last name. That's how old Buddy was.
Okay. For real, because then the last name wasn't
May
given
peace be
until
unto him. May peace be unto
Jacob.
Yes. Yes, that's who we're talking about. And you know, this conversation isn't for you to beat yourself up about. Like if you are tuning in tonight and if this is hitting you, just look around. There are so many young people in this world. We getting this information and we're doing this work. It is not everything that happened into your life is not for you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that happened in your life is for them kids that's outside with no mamas and daddies. This information that you have gained through your life experience, all them times you done bumped your head, is for these babies that's about to go to college.
Yeah.
That's who that life experience is for. Understand that there is value. There is value in what you went through. And it wasn't God is so gracious and so merciful. He is so giving that he gives us things to give away to other people.
Yeah.
You're a
And
coach.
this is why things are born. Ideas are born through certain situations. Because hold on, the baby and
Mommy, do baby homework.
When I'm done, we can do baby homework.
Okay, to watch you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he gonna watch me.
Mm. Oh, he heard the call.
This little baby grabs the Bible and he asks me to read to him. Every night I read Psalm 4, Psalm 15, and Psalm 91 to them. And there are times to where I'm like, okay, well, y'all just go ahead and go to sleep. And he's like, the 3-year-old, the 333-year-old, who my mama say walk with Moses, because the way he acts really old.
He told me, let there be light.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This one, the 3-year-old.
Let there be light.
And he holding my Bible right now like this. He don't play. He said, "Hello, Bible." Hello, Bible.
Hello.
Every night.
I love the baby. When the babies get on fire for the word of God, the change is here. People like, oh, when the change comes, when Jesus comes back, I'm like, baby, he came back already.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do about it? Because when you return again, it ain't no more. It's the end of grace. Grace has a stopping point, and if I salute you, and if y'all are watching this show, just know that we have 10 kids betwixt the 3.
Yes, we do.
The kids is outnumbering us. Just know that.
Every day.
Walaikum salam. The kids are outnumbering us right now.
Every day.
And so if we look outside, the kids outnumber the adults, and I love it.
Yeah.
I want them to know that anything and everything I went to is for y'all. I have a heart full of treasure, wisdom for y'all. It was experience for me, but it's going to be wisdom for y'all because I'm going to break down concepts.
Yeah.
That was too busy earning money to break down to me.
Yeah.
Because they were so busy making money that they never even got the concept. So we forgive them for they know not what they do, but because now we have learned from that lack of knowledge, I can't let another baby cross my path and not pour into him.
Absolutely. And that's serious. That's serious because you just can't let the baby sit there.
No.
You got to teach them.
You got to teach the baby they a baby.
Yeah.
How you gonna expect the baby to know better? That's a baby. You don't even know better and you grown.
Yeah.
It don't make sense to me.
Yeah. It's a lot of people. That's why I say age does not bring wisdom. Because I wish I would. My mom, she's so funny. She walked by and was like, "Okay, just grab
And
the
we're
whiteboard.
just making light. We're laughing to keep from crying.
Ask Apollo where it is."
Laughter is the food for the soul. Y'all remember them books, Chicken Soup for the Child?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I miss my chicken soup book.
Yeah.
So this is y'all chicken soup.
I used to be extra with it too, and eat chicken soup with while I'm reading.
Okay, that sounds really good right now. Actually,
Mhm.
I could go for me some chicken soup. But this is the daily bread, y'all. Y'all need to get into y'all word. I don't know if y'all know, but Bible stands for basic instructions before leaving earth. And people will always want to say, there ain't no book to how to live. There ain't no book to raise a kid. Yes, the hell it is. It's right here.
Yeah.
You just ain't reading it. And it has 2, old and new. Okay. And if that's not enough, we got the Holy Quran, who actually is the criterion and bears witness to the truth of the Bible because they added falsehood to it. So if we really want to get into it, the falsehood that's been added to the Bible can actually be removed if you study both the Old Testament and New Testament, Moses and Jesus books, and the Holy Quran brought by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. You put it all together, mathematics,
Awesome.
all 3. People want to say the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. No, it's the Old Testament, New Testament, and Holy Quran. And these is the books that they want to keep away from our babies. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Aren't they taking that out of the schools? They don't want the kids to acknowledge that in the schools.
Yeah, but they can learn about other situations that they ain't got no business talking or seeing or hearing about.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play with me. Play with
Definitely
somebody who wants to be played with. Don't play with me. Because once you start playing with my child, I ain't as nice as I come off.
No, absolutely not.
I'm just being professional. But trust me,
absolutely not.
You don't want to play with my seed. So, moving on to how being full of this faith is actually going to be the actual success that we're looking for. It's because I didn't learn this until I came to Islam. So maybe we can all go around and hear each of us give something that we didn't learn until we actually got into studying our religion. Was that I didn't learn that God said that as a woman, I come second to no one but him.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that wisdom was a woman. I thought that wisdom was just... I knew wisdom was something, but I didn't know that wisdom was personified as an actual gender. And it was like, oh, wisdom is a woman. Okay, so we are smart. And when you listen to a woman, you need to pay attention to what she says. Because the men, they're the head, but we really are the neck. Like, we really keep their heads from falling off. And we got a lot of bobbleheads out here, so we got to look at the women that are out here, because what are you doing to keep that neck straight? You know what I'm saying?
Strength. Where is the woman in general drawing her strength from?
Yeah.
Is it the word of God or is it social media?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. So we're going to ask our sister Damari to let us know, because she actually is, to me, the most wise, because she gives me, whenever I need a reading, whoo, girl. That's what I need to go to. Anybody need a reading to figure out where the hell it is they is on their journey? Y'all need to reach out to Sister Damari for real, because she'll read you quick, and she'll read you, and you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she over there laughing.
Facial expressions galore. She like, mm-hmm.
She ain't no chicken bone reader. She just gonna feel that energy, and she like,
She's
Yeah,
got the seasoning.
no superstition. It's just natural. That's really her gift. So sis, share with us what you learned once you actually start getting into your readings and your teachings and stuff.
Literally, it's all about connection to God, connection to source. You know, whenever and whatever it is that we may be going through, whatever we may be experiencing, and people get to looking everywhere outside of them, right? And still no answers. And just that feeling of being alone and um, like they're stuck where they are, and all it is just a disconnection to source, you know and I feel like something that I had to go through myself, was
Mm-hmm.
my journey back to God, journey back to source. And I would see the signs all around me all the time, like driving down the road, I see a sign, hey, God has a plan for you. And you're sitting there, you're trying to figure it out and try this, you try that, it don't work. You go through your unnecessary emotions, unnecessary worry, unnecessary stress, and all of these different things piling up on you, you know, and literally missing the whole part where each and every time things work out for you in the end. And the reason that they work out is because, God isn't going to abandon you. That's not a part of the plan to abandon you, at all. So yeah, that's just one of the most important things that I have personally, experienced. Definitely, getting back to that connection with source. And like you said, there are things that we have to give up, the different vices, um, relationships with certain people, things that, we used to do, things that we used to find pleasure in, that we thought was, good for us. The list goes on. It's a long list. Like Gabby was saying, like she laid out
Mm-hmm.
everything. Like the list is long,
Mm-hmm.
And also, like you were saying, this is not like a space where we're trying to judge anybody necessarily, because we have also experienced everything as well along our walk with God, our walk with Source, So, yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a absolutely no judgment zone.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, there's any look, yes, I read people. I don't intentionally do it sometimes, and I just it's just something that I naturally do. I try to walk away from that too,
She
you
can't
know,
help it, y'all.
because I thought that something's wrong with me. But then people kept coming
Yeah.
because they trusted me, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess that might be a little wise.
Yeah.
Maybe so. All that stuff that I went through, I can actually, it's actually for me to come here, be here to help you out, to help
Mm-hmm.
the next sister out, the next
Yeah.
person. So definitely learning to not be ashamed of stuff, to show up authentically as yourself, because you never know,
Hmm.
part of your story or your journey may in
Yes.
fact help somebody. And
Yeah.
I
Yes.
feel like God places these certain things and events in our lives, and things that we go through and experience for a reason, because it's not just for us.
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely
Absolutely.
a big part is just to come in and share that journey, especially when you're sharing your journey back, to
Mm-hmm.
source, where you kind of laid yourself out, and give it back to God. Everything like that part of it is a really important piece as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Wow. I love y'all.
well, we love you too.
Yes.
Shoot.
I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. It takes so much courage to get up and stand in front of your peers and to speak, let alone to speak about God. So I'm just gonna tell y'all how much I love y'all, and I'm really proud of each of you because you both have gifts that you have faith in, and it actually fuels your faith. And be able to see how, Damari said she was going on her fast and she was going to do this and do that, and every time we call her, she's in the car filling up 5-gallon water jugs at the
Mhm.
and she
Yep.
always have her water jug, and that's what she said that she was going to do. And Gabby
Don't
said,
forget the grapes. Don't forget
don't
the grapes.
forget, don't forget the grapes. Don't forget.
Don't forget the grapes.
While managing a whole house, and she's still showing up. And then Gabby,
Mhm.
you're teaching, you're doing homeschooling, you're prepared for the Shabbat. You here at the business meeting, you always showing up. And I'm just like, oh my God, my sisters are awesome. Like, how can I not show up? Like,
Yeah.
I've had a rough ass week, but I could not show up because this is what we said we were gonna do. And we're operating in the full faith that we're exhibiting while teaching someone else to do it. And that is just a beautiful place to be in, because
Yeah.
it's not easy to practice what you preach.
No, it's not. And what I love about our dynamic is the fact that everything that we talk about, it always goes back to accomplishing something, accomplishing our dreams, accomplishing, because like, and I know we've said this plenty of times, but we literally are doing what we talked about. What was it, like our first meeting? Like our first meeting that we all had together, it was like,
Yes.
we need to do something like this. We need to give people information. We need to talk to people about business and faith at the same time. Let them know, what to look forward to, what they're gonna run into during their times of leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
We were just like, all right, we're just gonna start it. What was on like a Wednesday? We was like, all right, we're just gonna go live on Monday.
Monday.
We're just gonna do it.
Like, all right, let's do
And
it.
I know that whole weekend, I was like, we about to do it on Monday. Oh, what am I gonna write about? What am I gonna do? And then literally, I take notes. I do what I gotta do during our meetings, but it's like we can't even stick to a real script because it's something's gonna come out, on Monday, and it's like that's when it's like you guys have to understand that things come the way they should. You can have a scripted life. You can lay your life out. All these people are laying their lives out. Oh, I want to have this by the time I'm this age. I want to have this by the time this. I want to do this for myself by this time. Blah blah blah. But what isn't God's plan? Because he's the actual pilot. He's the one that lets you know when your flight is taking off, when to buy your ticket, when you're gonna land, how you're gonna land. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you have to literally follow him, and us being in the word and y'all being in the word, it's gonna get y'all to where y'all need to go, because you can plan something out in the way, and I'm an urban planner. Like when I was in my master's program and we were doing our plans and we were working together and doing certain things, we were like, all right, we're going to lay everything out this way. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Then when we got to phase 2, it was like, well, we can't do that. Because, phase 1 is that critical stage to where you have to actually lay stuff out, and you have to turn that abstract idea into a meaningful goal. And when you have that idea, it's like, okay, well, what do you need to do? You have to develop the business case, and you have to define your project on a level to where it's like, all right, can you get it done? Then you got to think of the characteristics that come with it. And then when you get
talk about that part.
The characteristics
that come with what you're praying for. Yes.
Oh, listen.
You want to be a good wife, but you not even loyal in the talking stage.
Oh, so you out here you in the streets, huh?
My bad, boo. You outside, click. You ain't getting no ring. You outside. You want a
Like,
man
what
to
is
not
this?
take you to
What is this in
Cheesecake
your
Factory.
phone, girl? What you
Cheesecake
doing?
Factory too good for you, baby.
Talking about them
Cheesecake
flowers wasn't good enough for you, huh?
Because a man will test you.
Yeah.
You know, critical phase 1, and he will test you just to see what type of characteristics you have. Because
Mhm.
don't no man want no ungrateful ass woman.
No. No, don't no men
No.
want women they can trust.
So
You
do
just
you
gonna
have
be
the
out here
characteristics?
lying?
Do you even have the characteristics of a wife?
Do you know what characteristics mean, ma'am?
And
Here
I
we
had to
go.
learn that.
Can
And when
you
I tell
read?
people, I was like, the Nation of Islam trains us on first how to be a woman and what a woman is, and then trains us
Mhm.
on how to be a wife. I told this
Yeah.
one girl, she was a young sister, she was about to graduate Clark Atlanta. I was like, oh, it's about time you start preparing to be a wife. She was like, no, I don't want no man. I said, girl, preparing to be a wife don't have nothing to do with no man. She was like, what you talking about? I was like,
Drop the gem on her.
you got to know how to take and love yourself so that you can
Mhm.
even attract a man who loves you. Because any man will have sex with you. That's nothing.
Yeah.
But you got to love yourself to attract love. It
Yeah.
has to be present in the space.
Yeah.
And she was just looking at me all confused. I said, this is your time to be by yourself. This is perfect, actually.
Yeah.
Because if you can't love yourself by yourself, you're not going to love yourself with a man.
And then nobody's gonna know how to love you
Right.
because you're exuding all of the problems, and it's like, well, you giving me problems, I'm about to give you problems back, or I'm gonna just give you your problem back, not
Right.
my own problems.
Give you your problem back, right? Be a divine reflection, right?
Yep.
Let's go into business. How you want to be a boss and you don't know how to talk to people?
Oh my gosh.
You want to be a boss but
Oh my gosh.
can't do conflict resolution. You have no customer service.
Right. Do you know how to code switch?
Do you know how to write an executive correspondence?
Do you know what that means? You know how I am. I always go back to the definition. Do you know
Yeah, get
what it
into the
means?
characteristics of what you're trying to accomplish so that you can, and people want to use these big words, embodiment, manifestation, no, become what it is that you're reaching for.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be a wife, become that. You want to
Yeah.
be a boss, be that. You want to be a leader, lead.
Yeah.
You want to be a speaker, speak. How do you want to be a speaker and you ain't spoke?
Oh, but then that's when we run into, once again, uncomfortability. People are comfortable doing what they're doing. You just told somebody to be a leader. So you mean I need to go and go talk to a whole group of people?
And know how to assert yourself.
Oh, that's when it's like the little person inside of you just does this, like, no, I'm okay. You're not ready.
Mm-mm.
I knew I was ready to do stuff like that when I was back in my junior college. I was in this program, and it was geared towards Black and brown. It's called Ujima. Shout out to the Ujima program. Hey.
Is that a principle of Kwanzaa?
It is.
Sound like,
Yes,
yeah.
collective
It
working
sound like Kwanzaa
It's
to me.
collective
Yeah.
working responsibility. Yes, ma'am. And it's a year-long program, and it helps you transition out to different schools. So it's like a guidance program for Black and brown students. And the counselor, she passed away a couple years ago, but she always used to put myself and my best friend. She always used to say, "All right, go ahead and do this, go do that, go lead class." Excuse me, we're students ourselves. And one day she told me, like, "Gabby, just go do it." And I'm like, "I don't know how to." And she said, "Yes, you do. Just go do it." And I walked into her class, and I said, "All right, y'all, I don't know what I'm doing right now, but she want me to go over this with y'all." And I opened up the book, And as soon as I opened up the book and I started reading the lesson just to teach the class just a little bit of what they needed to know, I ended up teaching the whole lesson. And she came in towards the end of the class like, "You done?" "Yeah, I'm done." And she was like, "How was class, y'all?" And everybody's like, "Oh, it's so good."
Mommy, can you do my nose?
And
That's one of your spiritual mothers.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking, I was like, that sounds like God when he give you a command or he give you put something on your heart, he'd be like, go. And you be like, I ain't got the resources. Go. I'm like,
absolutely.
okay.
Yeah.
Just go.
He absolutely does that. Like who he did that to what's that man name? Jonah. He did that to Jonah when he said,
Oh
"Go
my
tell
God.
the people of Nineveh."
Y'all, I have the book of Jonah in the
Listen,
Quran open
he
right now.
he said, "Go." And Jonah tried to play him to the left. Like, I'm going this way. You told me to go left. I'm going right.
He was a reluctant prophet.
Listen.
So let me share what I've been saving this the whole time we've been on live too. I
Good.
was like, ooh. So now that you just segue into my brother man Jonah, let me just tell y'all that. Oh my God, praise be to Allah. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, it says, "O people, if you are in doubt as to my religion, know that I serve not those whom you serve besides Allah, but I serve Allah." And Allah is just the Arabic word for God. All right, let's get over the language. Who causes you to die? I am commanded to be of the believers, and that thou set thy purpose toward the religion uprightly, and be not of the polytheists. Y'all know what polytheism is? The worship of many gods. That's what that is. And call not besides Allah on that which can neither benefit thee nor harm thee. Don't call on your brother, mother, sister, cousin, them. They can't do you no good or no harm. And so, for thou dost, thou shalt be of the unjust, meaning that you're setting up a God beside Allah if you think that somebody else is going to be able to help you in your time of trial. It says, and if Allah afflicts thee with harm, there is no one to remove it but he. And if he intends good to thee, there is none to repel his grace. He brings it to whom he pleases of his servants, and he is the forgiving, the merciful. Say, O people, the truth has indeed come to you from your Lord. So whoever goes aright only for the good of his own soul. And whoever errs only against it. And I am not a custodian over you. And follow what is revealed to thee, and be patient till Allah give judgment. And he is the best of judges. Y'all, Jonah is the only prophet that got more time for his people.
Well, listen, he needed more time because he got swept up in that water. Dude, he was on the wrong path.
Jonah's the only one. Jonah is the only prophet that got more time for the city of Nineveh. They are the only people that actually turned away from their wicked ways, sought God's face and prayed, and actually healed their land.
And you know that man was mad he had to do it too. He was mad.
These folks not listening. I'm leaving. I'm getting on the next thing smoking. He was on that boat and they threw his off that boat. They threw him off the boat, swallowed up by a whale, in the belly 3 days. He praying, Lord.
Now was Jonah married, and how did his wife feel when he came home and said, "Listen, baby, I was in the belly."
She was in the belly of the beast. She was like, "What beast?"
No, you were not.
You know she was a sister. What beast?
Absolutely.
You got me here with this baby. Where are you?
What beast you talking about?
For real.
Smell like fish.
And how did it happen? They look inside. Why you don't smell like the inside of a beast?
Jonah, he's straight because sometimes you don't want to answer the call.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna want to answer the call. You're not gonna want to be kind to the people that you sent to serve. They're not gonna be nice to you.
Absolutely.
They're gonna cuss you.
God was his bill collector because we know we don't like answering those calls.
Yeah, Jonah had to pray his way out the belly of the beast. He had to pray for forgiveness because God didn't command him to leave the city of Nineveh.
Mm-hmm.
Thought he knew what he was doing, and he left. And God was like, run that back. Bring that ass here, boy.
Okay.
Come here. Where you going? Where you think you going? Just like a daddy. You know, just like a mama. Where you think you going?
Yeah. That's who he is for real. Like he really is our father. Like he is Big Dad. Like
Big Daddy.
Dad said no.
I'm telling you, God's so nice. He's so nice. I could never be him. He's so patient. I don't. I'm learning how to do that.
Yeah, he gives us a lot of chances.
He gives us so much grace. That's why he is the most beneficent, the most merciful. Oof. I couldn't do it. Because these folks out here tripping, and he just give them chance after chance after chance after chance. And I'm going to read from an article on new.finalcall.com, and it's entitled Righteous Men and Women Ready to Rule. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says, in quote, in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the most merciful, Jesus, while he was coming to us, said, let this mind be in you. What kind of mind is that? The same that was in Christ Jesus. How can you be a follower of Jesus and a loser? You don't know him, because the mind of Christ should be in us, because that is what his Father wanted him to bequeath to us. The white man has had us for 463 years, and he worked to put his mind in us. That's why I came here one Sunday and I talked about the white black people. You're black on the outside, but white on the inside, and deny it. Some of you are superstitious. Don't you bring nothing black in my house the first day of the new year. But you know Jesus? You need to stop lying to yourself. Do you see the singer Fantasia? I talked to her backstage. She had her husband with her. I said, you know, brother, Aretha sang a song called Angel, and in her song, she was looking for an angel. You didn't much find one, did you? She didn't either. So she was still looking. She wants an angel in her life. She deserved an angel in her life. When I listened to my sister sing, I felt the power in her spirit. Ain't no way in heaven or hell a man could have a woman that with that kind of spirit and that kind of soul and not try to be an angel. So I said to Fantasia's husband, brother, Fantasia is looking for an angel. He said, well, she's been an angel to me. I said, I know, but I want you to be an angel for her. We take advantage of our women. We use them. We corrupt their gifts. You need a man, sisters, made in the image of God, not in the image of your former slave masters and their children. At the funeral, I didn't have to talk, and my enemies seemed to go crazy. Did you notice that? Have you ever asked yourselves, why are they like this toward Brother Farrakhan? The Million Man March was ordered by God, and God had given me the heart that would allow his spirit to come through me. Every one of you that preach, the heart of Jesus is always exposed. You see the pictures. Paul said, the Jew is not the Jew by the circumcision of the male organ. The Jew is the Jew by the circumcision of the heart. Our people are dead. You might as well pick out a plot of land. Oh God, no, it's too expensive. You know how black folks be. Let's go to the local crematorium and cremate them. Righteous people should never burn. You know, in Islam, we don't cremate our dead. He said that's what God promised the wicked. The body, once you die, the cells die. The body begins to decompose. As much as Cora Masters Berry loved Mayor Berry, he's talking about our late Mayor Berry, Marion Berry of Washington, D.C. When death came, she couldn't keep him in the bed. So once death comes, the dead have to be separated from the living. Lord have mercy. And they put the dead in the grave. And the prophet Isaiah said, and the grave cannot praise God. A living dog is better than a dead lion. When death claims us, the spirit of life that he breathed into us returns, but the body goes back to the earth. Stop playing with your loved one that played the trumpet. Stop saying that your loved one that played the trumpet in life is up in heaven playing the trumpet. Stop saying that your lovely grandmother that used to sing in the choir with the melodious voices up in heaven singing in the angelic choir. Singing with what? Spirits don't have vocal cords. Stop speaking with the white man's garbage and calling it religion. Why can't you stomach the truth that Jesus offered everlasting life? Not because you're going to live forever. Death takes us out of the picture. If you live on a farm, you really understand things better. You see the bugs come young, the trees come young, the bushes come young. They age, they die, they're gone. But every one of us has been given the ability to reproduce ourselves. When you look at these cowboy movies and they're depicting a horseback in 1800 something, that horse ain't here no more. But a horse that looks just like it is here for you, that are here for you to ride it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So your children are your workshop for a better future for you. If you don't want children, that's fine. That's okay. Every tree doesn't bear fruit, but if you don't bear children, your seed, your lifeline dies. We're going on into the future, and what Jesus represented was a kingdom that will never die. So when you come to Jesus Christ, you enter a circle of life. Like my son said, you came here from a chain of infinity, and you're just here for a moment, but you're linked to infinity through your children. White folks know that. They never wanted George Washington Carver to have children. He was like a
Mhm.
castrated man because he was so brilliant. They did not want him to bring children into this world.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And right now, they're killing our youth. The life germ is in you, is being corrupted by the food that you eat. And your whole body, even if you learn to eat good food, is being corrupted by the thoughts that we think. We need a complete makeover. So God says, I'm going to take out of you a heart of stone and I'm going to give you a heart of flesh. We talked about this wonderful man, Jesus. He opened the eyes of the blind, made the deaf hear and the dumb speak, raised the dead to life, cleansed the lepers. The Quran adds by God's permission. He didn't do it on his own, but Jesus represented the indwelling presence of God in a human being. The same spirit can reside in all of us if we submit ourselves and become obedient to God and a true disciple of Jesus Christ. Inshallah. Close quote. How y'all feel about that?
I heard trumpet, and I know for a fact that when anything that mentions a trumpet, that means it's giving you a warning, an alarm of something that you need to pay attention to. And when you were reading trumpet, I told Apollo, I said, bring me my shofar. Cause this, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on.
Mhm.
It's a small one. But this is what they mean by the trumpets. When you blow your trumpet. I can't hear you. You're muted.
What's it called?
A shofar. Yes. There's different ones. I think this one is a small one that kind of like, it's like an alarm for something small, like a gathering, you know. But they have the really big ones that will warn you. Like it sounds like alarm. You know how, you know, the weather alarm, like when it's about to be a storm and you hear the that. There's some that sound like that. There's some that sound deeper than that. This one sounds a little like a little duck, but it's loud. It gets really, really loud. And to know that, there were things that were used to give messages out like that, like how you just gave that entire message was a shofar blow
Mm.
because of how they're totally different. There's some that are, like I said, small. I think there's one that's smaller than that. And then there's medium ones. There's really big ones. Like there's ones that are like super, super big that like you have to hold up by the end. You know what I'm saying? And all I heard was just alarming.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because what I'm learning from our infocast as master moms, it's not up for us to try to make up what it is that we should be doing. No, we need to reflect like moon. We need to reflect God's voice, his wisdom, his mind, his thoughts, his words, his commands, his direction, his inspiration, his motivation, his word, his ideas, because those are going to be of the highest authority. And so once we have his mind in our mind, then we can go in and be guided by the Spirit. But when we're not guided by the Spirit yet, when we still have to basically just discipline the flesh by the law. Let's get into the law real quick. I feel inspired because people don't know Moses for real. People don't know that Moses had to sleep in a ring of fire when he lifted the white man out of the Caucasus Mountains when they was walking all fours and the dog was their best friend and they were eating their meat raw and their dead was in the cave stinking with them. He had to put a board in their back to stand them upright. And if he went away for too long, they would take the board out and get back on all fours. That's just like us. When we don't have the law, we're on all fours like an animal. And so the law is going to put that in our back to give us uprightness, to put us at a 90 degrees of righteousness. Right, a right angle, 90 degrees. That's righteousness, uprightness when it comes down to the mathematics. And people are thinking that this is some spiritual spookiness. No, it's mathematics. If you're on a level of a dog, if you're on a not a vertical, but you're on a perpendicular or you're on a horizontal, then you're on the same level as the lower beasts of the earth. We want to be lifted up mentally. And we want to look to what is controlling our decisions and thoughts and choices.
That's like what happened with Nebuchadnezzar. When he thought he was just the top dog and you were trying to compete, and God said, oh no, I don't have time for that. And he knocked him down to where he was in the wilderness. He turned into a beast. This man turned into an actual beast. It was eating the grass and the ground and literally like an actual beast. Until he got in his mind how he had to become a better person and he had to listen to his people. You have to actually sit and humble yourself in order for you to become human again. That's deep. Talking about animalistic. That's ridiculous. What I look like? I'm calling y'all on FaceTime talking about I'm out here walking around on all fours. What is wrong with you, Gabby? Like,
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it every day. I'm seeing it every day on social media, and I'm just like, okay, I see where their mind is. No judgment. I can see physically where someone's mind is based upon how it is they're moving about.
Yeah.
I can see that. And I can also see how eating animals, eating flesh can turn you into an animal emotionally, verbally, mannerisms.
You gotta be selective.
Temperament.
Yeah.
And so the word bitch, sometimes if you're not being a woman and you're being other than a woman, how can that be actually appropriate yet inappropriate? Because it's not the natural state of my sister.
Yeah.
But she's in a state where she's being animal-like. And she's glorifying that behavior because of a lack of self-love, self-respect, and attention seeking. But I also see how now the enemy or our resistance has now monetized my sister's ignorance. My sister doesn't benefit, but the machine is benefiting. They're putting ads on that video. They're making thousands of dollars every minute that this video of my little sisters karaoke Pound Town. You can't even spell your first name, but you know how to karaoke some ratchetness, and they put ads on my little sister video, she's not even of age to sign a legal document. But yet somebody is making money off of my little sister's ignorance. How the audacity. The
Yeah.
audacity for me.
And where y'all getting all this audacity from? I still want to know. I think I'm gonna ask that every week.
The audacity to make
Where's it
money
coming
off
from?
of my people's ignorance and plant people in jails to snitch and have a TV show about it.
Oh yeah. What is
How?
it called? Like
The
60
aud-
days in or something?
Yeah, the audacity for me. And so now my people's ignorance is investable.
Mm-hmm.
People are invested in our animalistic behavior.
You know,
But we don't benefit.
there's I really feel bad for not remembering the study, but there's a study that dang, I really want to remember it. I want to say it's like Milgram or something like that study where they put people in the orange suits,
Mm-hmm.
the prison suits, and then they put another group of people in cop costumes, and they had them act out. But what they did with the cops, they gave them those aviator glasses,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to act out, either being a cop or a prisoner. And you saw those people who got along all together before they had to become who they needed to become at that time. They saw the people who got along and had a really good time with each other become two totally different people. And the crazy thing about it is the prisoners, they develop some type of like, oh my gosh, like now I feel like I'm smaller than you. And the cops, those who played the cops, they just felt as though they were just the top dogs. That's where you saw that whole animalistic mindset come through. And on top of that, they're hiding behind their glasses. You're hiding behind glasses. It's making you become somebody easier.
And that's
Putting
why
on their shades.
they hide behind a system that they claim they don't agree with, but yet benefit from. And so they keep it in place.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's marketing, the power of marketing, the power of branding, the power of storytelling, and being able to pick your role in that story. That's why being a victim, some people love being a victim because it benefits them. And some people love being a villain because it benefits them.
Mm-hmm.
So I am so grateful for us to be able to put these pieces together, because as a reminder, every day we get to choose what role we're going to play in our own story.
True.
Yeah, absolutely. And those roles that we play, it's not like it would be one thing like if we were in school, or we were younger, but we've got kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be responsible and hold ourselves accountable to where it's like, do I want to be a lazy mom today? Can I be a lazy mom today?
Mm-hmm.
Should I be a lazy mom today? No, you have to get up, make that baby some food because that baby is hungry. Then you're going to have to do something else with the baby. You just can't have the baby sit there and look at you all day like you're crazy. No, you have to actually do something with the baby. Teach the baby something. Read the baby something. Play with the baby. It's so like the kids were playing today and they found my old microphone. I know y'all remember this.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay.
You got the microphone. Okay. This is made in 1992. And I'm like,
that was a good year.
Listen. Yes, because they came out with the microphone.
They came out with me.
Oh, you were born in 92. Yes, you were.
Bless my little heart. Bless my little 92 heart.
Little 92 baby. Oh. It's like you just have to hold yourself accountable. You You
Yes.
have to do what's right.
Yes, we have to
Get
do
your
it.
microphone.
And when we need help, it's no uh shame on you for asking for help.
Mm-hmm.
It's no shame on you for saying, I don't understand. Can you
Yeah.
help?
I really wish people would ask for more help, though.
Mm-hmm.
Ask for more advice.
If I don't know, I'm gonna say, you know what? I can't speak on that. I don't know nothing
Yeah,
about that. I'm gonna mind my business. It's okay to mind your business too.
it is. It definitely is. I wish a lot more people. It's so crazy. You know, I sound like a hypocrite just now. I just said I wish more people would ask more questions, and then I said I wish people would mind their own business. But it depends on the group,
It
huh?
depends on the situation.
Okay. I don't want to sound crazy. They be like, oh, she
If
can't
you're
even make up her
asking
mind.
questions about how to help yourself,
Yeah.
that's fine. But if you're
Mhm.
asking someone questions about their business, if you're not helping them,
Yeah.
then you should mind you should mind your
Mind
business
your own.
in a way where you can be a good listener
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and not try to insert yourself.
Past judgment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that on purpose nowadays too, huh? You
Yeah,
just
we
want
let
to know my business. Mm-hmm.
People
Just
want
want
to
to know your
spill tea,
business.
but tea is better drunk. Like that's why y'all sick because y'all keep spilling y'all medicine instead of taking it.
Mhm.
I'm not spilling no tea. I'm not wasting. I'm not gonna be ungrateful now. And so when people really get into what they're saying, like, oh, what's tea? Did you
Yeah.
drink it? You
Right.
not you I'm not here to spill anything. Like we should really be trying to clean up. We should really be trying to clean up. And so
Yeah.
if I can give y'all a health tip, because everything that manifests in the body physically started spiritually. And so when we look at biology and we put in the principles of chemistry, that any reaction or chemical reaction can go in two directions. It can go forward or you can reverse it. And so when you want to reverse something in your life, you take away heat. So you remove yourself. You remove yourself from that heat. Whatever's causing you inflammation or getting you hot, getting you mad, remove that from you from your environment. If
Message.
yeah, and if you
Message.
increase something in your life, you add heat.
Yeah.
So if you want to make more money in your life, add heat. And what is
Mhm.
heat when it comes down to money making? It's energy. How do you increase your energy with the same 24 hours? You got to diversify. You need some passive income streams. You need some methods to make money without having to trade your time for dollars. You need investments. You may need a coach. You may need a team. You may need to join a bigger organization, join on something bigger than yourself, so that you can have more energy and more time, so that you can multiply that same amount of time and increases productivity. And so
Mhm.
when it comes down to health and wellness, if you have a buildup of something in the body, like you have a mass or a benign tumor or something like that, you really need to add heat externally and internally. So you need to get hot. You need to sweat. So you need to drink hot tea. You need to drink hot water. You need to stop.
Mhm.
You need to fast, but you need to get hot. You need to get in the sauna. You need to work out. You need to up your core temperature so that you can actually solidify that tissue. I mean, liquefy that tissue. Because
Break it down.
yeah, you need to liquefy it. And so if there is a deficiency in the body, you need to add more of whatever you're deficient in. And a lot of times it's hormonal. And so our hormones need
Mhm.
synthesis. So you need another nutrient to be able to help the body absorb the nutrient that you're lacking. So you need to really look at your skin and learn how to map your skin, and whatever your body is suffering from, it'll actually tell you how to
In
solve
your
it.
face.
Yeah, it'll tell you
Mhm.
how to solve it. So whatever you're dealing with, telling the truth is the first way to heal. So just like our sister said, first thing to problem solving is admitting there's a problem. Tell the truth about what you're going through to someone you trust. so that you can investigate the problem from a truthful standpoint so that you can get to a solution. And if you can't get to it right then and there, pray over it. The medicine will appear. A lot of people talk about teachers. Once the student ready, the teacher will appear. No, once you're ready to tell the truth about what you're going through, the medicine will also appear. And so we have a lot of medicine here between the Master Mom Collective, and just understand that once you're able to tell the truth about whatever it is that you're going through, then the solution actually is in the problem. And that was covered in our first live. So please go back to our first live about how your solution is actually in your problem. And so we have to tell the truth about the problems, because that's how we get the solutions for those specific issues. Would y'all like to add any type of health or mental health advice?
Shoot, since we're talking about fruit of the spirit, how you were saying them animalistic behaviors and everything, like it's literally on the first page when you open up the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't made it hard for us to look. When we had to go to the back of the book, when we had to go to the table of contents, you don't have to go to nothing. Just turn to page 1.
Yeah.
And it's right there.
As she opens up page 1.
All right, y'all, because we're not going to leave no stone unturned, so you can't say we didn't tell you. It says, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, in the book of Genesis, the first page of the Bible. We're not going to go through all of it, but I'm just going to skip to that part where it says, then God said, let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to the various kinds. And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning the third day. So I would love if everybody would, seek the information that God has given us as what it is.
Page 1.
And let's not play ourselves, because you're not playing. We're not playing with God. You playing yourself. You playing yourself out of time with your cheering. You playing yourself out of time with your man. You playing yourself out of being beautiful. You're playing yourself out of time on this earth to actually enjoy being alive, because everybody in the grave wishes they had what we have. They wish they could just come back and pray. They wish they could come back and drink a sip of water. But once it's over with, it's over with. And I know a lot of people watch my 500-pound life. Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, your body
no. It's not going to even take me. It's not going to even take me to hit a cool 300 before I know it. I'm heading down the wrong direction.
Y'all, see, once I feel as though I can't breathe, once I hear myself breathing, which is what I was going through like a couple months ago, I was like, is that me? Absolutely not. Like, gotta definitely cut down on a whole lot of stuff. Like, no, you have to. Like, you have to cut down. Like, where do you think that? But you know what? All the issues that they're going through on that show are connected to childhood traumas. Because there's a majority of them that say, oh, I ate food to get bigger because I was molested, I was raped as a child, and I don't want anybody to love me that way, or I don't want anybody to touch me, so I get bigger and I eat food to gain weight so I can be avoided, so nobody can see me. Or there's childhood traumas of parents forcing them to eat, finishing their food, making them eat their food if they're full. And then there's also others that are like the ones that weren't watched properly. They had a bad mom or a bad dad, and they were just there in the house while their parents just, fucked off and did something stupid, like watching TV all day or drinking or on drugs. They weren't chaperoned properly. So food was their clutch. And
Yeah.
it's like, we have these people out there that are going through these mental illnesses that we don't, it's like, damn, why are you so big?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened to you when you
Flesh
were a
that's doing
kid?
it too. The flesh that's doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when you transgress, and I'm learning this even now, the whole meaning of your body is your temple, and you want to
Mm-hmm.
follow God's law. You have to have discipline. You have to be, consistently in prayer, sacrifice, offering, and then like Bria was saying too, I think you was reading off something that our minister Farrakhan had said. They have the white man in them,
Oh yeah.
country, the state of this country, they're the ones that place the white man's mind in you. So you
Yeah.
want to go out and eat outside of your home. You want to follow that pyramid that they gave us. That's not for us.
Yeah.
So they got you hooked on a blood diet because, like you said, it was in that cave eating each other with the dead, eating death. So this is all a death culture that they got on all of us. And
Mm-hmm.
some of us don't even have the awareness of it. You don't have, like you said, the knowledge of God, a lack of knowledge of God and what God said. And it's right
Yeah.
on the first page.
Right.
And even with me, like during this fasting, those who eat their way, you know, have to fast their way back to life, fast your way back to God. And when you fast, you can truly connect and tap into that energy of God, the creator, back to source. Like
Yes.
there's medicine in the food,
Mm-hmm.
there's
Yes.
medicine in the fruit. And it's
Yes.
crazy how fast it works. I be in here praying like, God, I don't know what you put in this grape. Like, but it ain't on
Listen.
Google. Because I can't Google it.
Mm.
Google tell you don't do it. White man tell you don't do it. Bill Gates
It's
and them tell you don't do it.
it's
Okay.
the dragon fruit for me.
I don't know what he put in it, but it is a literal medicine and it tastes like candy. It
Mm-hmm.
makes you want to remain like disciplined and everything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like it's a literal medicine. You don't need a pill. You don't
Yeah.
need nothing else. You know, I drove right past the hospital, went to the grocery store, the same distance.
Y'all,
Got relief.
I'm telling you, we touched on this last live. The electricity, we feed on electricity.
Mm-hmm.
And the electricity that is in the seed, those amino acids that are in the actual seed of the fruit. So the flesh of the fruit has the best type of water. It's a naturally distilled water, which is for hydration and being
Mm-hmm.
able to transfer different vitamins throughout our tissues and our blood and keep our blood circulating so it doesn't get thick. But the medicine and the nutrients are in the seed itself, and that's why the woman is so important. She holds the seed. She has as many seeds as she'll ever have in her life. But the power of the life, the electricity is in the seed itself, and it's wrapped around water. And
Mm-hmm.
so with us being 75% water, people are like, well, what's the other 25%? What is that material made of? It's actually tissue and electricity with intelligence combined with water. And so when we actually eat on what we're made of, because people are, oh, you are what you eat. You
It
are what you
holds
eat.
no
Absolutely.
intelligence on its own. Like
You
it's
know?
crazy. The
Mm-hmm.
food, the fruit has an intelligence of its own. I was like, God,
Yes.
I can literally feel this. Like I know it's in communication with my body. And so now every
Mm-hmm.
time I go and I make myself a cup of herbal tea or something that has that it once it's a seed, it produces a fruit and vegetation on top of it. I was like, God, I don't even know your blueprint. I don't even know. This is beyond my human mind can even fathom. But man, this
Mhm.
is like miraculous. There
Yes.
are miracles and discipline. Like it is literally communicating with my body. And however
Mhm.
you design my body, whatever it is that you put in me, like I don't even fully understand it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna do what you say and do, and I'm gonna keep
Yes.
doing it because it is working. Like it is
Yes.
working.
Y'all ever seen electricity move throughout water? How fast it moves?
It's like the speed of light, because water is so conductive. Like water and its molecules and that hydrogen bond with
Yep.
that, H2O. So that two hydrogen, and then
Come on, chemistry.
O
Come
has
on, chemistry.
O has like it's missing an electron, so it's always trying to bond. It always tries to bond. It always wants to complete itself.
Absolutely.
And so when we have that symbiotic relationship or that alignment with that bond, then we can actually mesh and gel in a way that actually supports and is in purpose. It has a purpose. But when we eat things or align with things that don't have a purpose, that's how a cancer builds up. That's how a tumor builds up, because there's no use. The body can't use that material.
Yeah.
And so when the body can't eliminate waste or eliminate it, it will actually start to develop its own blood supply. And now it's drawing energy away from its original purpose to now be distracted by supplying a life force to something that it doesn't have any intelligence. It takes your life force away to support itself, similar to a parasite.
I was just about to say that's what a parasite come on.
That's a parasite. That ain't nothing but a parasite.
Y'all not ready for us.
And a parasite needs a carrier. It needs something else to supply its own life, because it doesn't have one of its own. And so when we give life to things that don't belong in our life, and we feed it and we feed it and we feed it and we feed it, all of a sudden it's like, oh, come on now. I gotta buy a meal for you too. That's just like having a broke man in your life, a parasite.
We already got broke best friends as little kids.
Why am I maintaining you? What is your use? What's your purpose here? Who are you? Are you my child?
Yeah.
No, you're not my child. And you want to talk to me crazy?
Right.
Really? That's what we gonna do? Absolutely not.
Cut it. Got the kids. The kids are already our broke best friends.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like I'm gonna only eat oodles and noodles once in a while. Like once in a while. And then once people really get on that, when people who live a liquid lifestyle, they're so disciplined that certain people can't even cross their path. Certain energy doesn't even come across them. And that's where, when you were talking about how Jesus sat with some of the most undesirable people in the community, that's because he chose to do that. He was so wise, he was so good, and he loved so much. He was able to love the unlovable, and they had no effect on him, yet he had an effect on them. He never left them the way he found them. And that was a testament to how powerful the power that was backing him was. Because if we were to go into a certain situation on our journey, it could affect our ability to have discipline. It could actually tempt us. But there was no tempting Jesus. The devil walked up to Jesus and said, "Hey, bro, I'll give you all of this if you just follow me." He said, "Get thee behind me, Satan."
Okay.
Stop. What? So strong. And that's why he's lifted up as an example for us, because we all have that possibility to be disciplined. Like the first time you eat, let's say we doing the remember them 4 Loco days? Who knew that they could kill you? But it's never the first time that something kills you, because your body has already is built up strong. But it's over time when you
just got a flashback.
When you keep introducing that 4 Loco, it's gonna break you down over time, and it won't kill you. It won't kill you right away. The enemy doesn't want you to get sick on the first time. You'll never touch it again.
And we had the audacity to drink the big ones too, because they had the little ones. They had like the little regular ones, and they had the large ones. We thought we was boss and had the big ones. Huh? No, they're illegal now. They took them out. We survived. That's one thing I was like, I love Tuskegee, man, because I survived a lot.
It was because of hot ass walks all the way to class. We was burning out of our pores. I almost fainted my first day of class. I thought I was cute. My whole dress was soaking wet with sweat.
It is a big old hot bowl there. Listen.
Irritated. People was like, well, what you been drinking, Bria? I said, just some cranberry juice. I said, oh, you gotta drink water.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah, you
okay.
gotta drink the water.
You gotta drink water, baby girl. So if this has been a helpful live to everyone tuning in, we would appreciate if you would leave us some comments. Let us know what resonated. Let us know what impact that we have made in this infocast this evening, because we have no time to leave anything on the table. We have to connect this because it's a lifestyle, y'all. It's a lifestyle. You can't say that you're following Jesus and be a punk. You can't say that you're following Jesus and not have a clean heart. You can't say you're following Jesus and you're talking about your homegirl one day and then smiling up in her face the next. It just doesn't go like that. And then you can't say that you're following Jesus and you're committing suicide by eating things that you know is harmful to you. If you have diabetes, please put the ho-hos down, put the honey bun down, put the apple, because when I watch my 500-pound life with my mom, I never see them eating any fruit. And I heard that you can't overeat on a salad. So you get to choose what you're going to put in your mouth. You get to choose who's around you, choose what you watch, choose what you listen to. All of that is consumption. We're eating all the time. So the daily bread, that's the best food. The daily bread is the best food. That water, purified water, basically don't even give that to your plants. Don't even give that to your pets. That's in case of emergency. We want alkaline water, and if you can't afford the glass bottle, I understand, but at least try to get the best water possible, so that we can grow from the effort that we put into. We spending too much money at the grocery store to be buying garbage. If you got to spend the money anyway, spend the money on the best foods.
Yes, but don't eat too many grapes, y'all, because y'all gonna have diarrhea.
And the cherries too. The cherries be tearing my up.
And cut your dragon fruit. Is the dragon fruit? Cut the dragon fruit in half. Now, if you got a whole day to eat that, then eat the whole thing. Have at it. But if you got something to do later on that day, don't eat the whole thing. Cut it in half. Section it off. I learned that mistake. Like, I made the biggest mistake one day. It had the nerve to have something to do that day too. Didn't make it. Oh no, didn't make it. No, did not make it. Because that thing cleaned me out. Absolutely not. You cut your dragon fruit in half, put the other half in the refrigerator, and call it a day. Please and thank you. Message.
I gotta link up with some mamas. Y'all link up with some mamas, y'all gonna learn that day.
Yes.
That there is a way to do everything. Don't just be out here and think you Dr. Sabi and not buy no chips. You're gonna want some chips, and you're gonna be pissed off that all of your stuff needs, number one, preparation. Number two, you gotta wash it. And number three, all the fruit gonna be gone first, and all you're gonna be left with is vegetables.
Yes, absolutely.
You're gonna want some chips, sis.
Yeah.
You better get, don't go no soda. If you like soda, get some sparkling water too. The fruit flavor. Transition yourself. Learn some modifications. It's not all about eating vegetables all the time. It's about balance.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you go cold turkey too quick, you'll never try it again.
That's trauma.
Don't mix your vegetables and your fruit in your smoothie. Don't do it. Juice. Don't add all that orange juice. Y'all got diabetes and wondering why your sugar not coming down.
Yeah.
You adding all of that sugar. Agave, adding all of this honey and wondering why your sugar not coming down. Because you're not juicing. You need natural sugars, but juicing can spike your sugar too. You really just need to eat the whole fruit.
Yeah.
So your body can work for that sugar. Don't cut corners because you think some little cute little Instagram influencer, she don't got diabetes like you do. She don't have hypertension, so she can put salt on what she got going on. You need pink salt. You need to get away from white salt and do your pink salt.
Crazy with salt. You don't need it.
White folks going crazy on the salt, and this white.
What?
That's all
What
they
seasoning do they use?
that's all they use is salt and pepper.
Yeah, they actually.
Like mayonnaise looking ass sandwich. No, absolutely not.
Wow, keep
Garlic
the
powder.
cutlets
You need
over there.
You need your herbs. You need your herbs. You need
Mm-hmm.
to season your salads.
Rosemary,
Yeah, you need a little bit of this, little bit of that.
thyme, and
Because that's
some
how you
basil.
get it in. You need your turmeric. You gotta cook with it. Don't just be taking spoonfuls and capsules and all of this stuff.
Don't leave out the curry. The curry is the good stuff.
Come on now, expand,
Listen.
expand, and eat
Mhm.
it in front of your children so that they can be inspired to eat in a different way. Because at the 90-day mark, your whole taste buds are different. Or is it
Yeah.
21 days or something like that?
I think it's
90 days.
It's 90 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please correct me if I'm wrong.
I think
But
it's 90.
your whole palate can shift.
Mm-hmm.
And if you still want a sugary drink, make that damn Kool-Aid. Great.
Listen.
Hit it with a little.
Never.
Okay.
Too sweet, but it ain't got nothing on them grapes.
And you know what? For all of the mommies or people, if you're not a mommy and you're tuning in or whatever the case may be, if you have a problem with energy and you feel like in the middle of the day you need an energy boost, you need to invest in some beet juice.
Mhm.
But be careful with the beet juice, y'all. Don't drink it too late. Don't drink it at 8 o'clock at night, 7, 6 o'clock. Listen, after 3 o'clock, you cut it. You drink that beet juice before 3 o'clock. Because I made that mistake the very first time I had beet juice. I drank it at like 7 o'clock. Like, I don't want to go to sleep early. Absolutely not. I was up until 4:30 in the morning. And we already know Gabby got insomnia. So absolutely not. But if
It's
you want to
not
go to sleep, right, I've been sleeping. But if
It's
you
not
want to go to sleep, drink you some cherry tart juice.
Mommy, is it 8?
It is.
Hey. But what I'm saying, see, nature has uppers and downers, and you need to know how to manipulate and push your own buttons without needing pills.
Okay, go in alert.
So you don't have to snort a line of coke to get through your schoolwork if you're in college. You don't have to pop an Adderall to get through your schoolwork in college, especially if you're going for your master's. These are for my folks in law school. If you're going for engineering degrees and things like that, you don't necessarily have to pop this medication that has adverse side effects.
Mm-hmm.
Beet juice, take it in the middle of the day so that you can get through your classes and your study hall, and then have some tart cherry so that you can have a full night's rest, because the body does what when it's at rest? It heals.
Right.
And so if you don't have balance in your work-life balance, no matter what you do in life, your body won't be able to recover, and it's not going to be functioning optimally. So we want brain function and nervous system function to be optimally firing, because those electrodes and that energy and that electricity needs to be firing on all cylinders. And so how we can support our minds to do what it already knows how to do. This is the best computer that we could ever have. This up here. Is to give it what it needs, and it needs minerals. And so giving it synthetic versions of itself will actually do us a disservice in the long term. And so when it comes down to investing, short-term investments, those are called scams. And so when we have long-term investments, then those things will actually appreciate and value and turn into assets later on. And so that improves brain function. What is dementia? Dementia is sugar in the brain.
Yes, it is.
What is diabetes? Sugar in the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so we need to eliminate the possibility for buildup in the body by giving it what it needs and learning what these fruits and vegetables do, these herbs, what they do, because Dr. Sebi was not a target for no reason. He knew electrical food, and he knew it like the back of his hand. And he always said, there's a difference between what you learn in the classroom and learning in the field. Moms learn in the field. We know what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody taught us this.
No.
we learn from experience, and so that's why it's wisdom for y'all. So tap in, tune in to the Mastermind Collective. We appreciate y'all so much for hanging tough with us. Y'all been on there for it's angel numbers in our time.
220. Wow. Yep.
We got angel numbers in here.
2.
Yes, we got angel numbers in here. So before we log off, did y'all want to give any closing remarks? Because I know we got to go to bed and get our rest as well.
Nah, I said enough. I just want everybody to know that everything that we said, use all of this information for your phase 1, for your vision, because everything that we gave you is going to keep you afloat. It's going to keep you motivated to execute your mind map of your vision. And when you execute all of this, you'll be able to move to the next stage with grace, because you know that you got through that first phase of problems. Because the first phase 1, you're going to be attacked on so many different levels and so many different things in your life, whether it's food, whether it's your religion, whether it's your faith, whether it's, you just going through a weight loss goal, you're going through fasting, you're going through addictions, anything that you're facing. When you go through that phase 1, you're going to be taken down. But if you keep everything intact,
I can't eat by the apple. It's too hard for me to bite it.
okay, well then I have to cut it. We'll put it on the table. Thank you. You're gonna be attacked on so many different levels, but because you know this information, you'll be able to take your life to the next level without any major issues, because you know that God got your back and He's for you. So let Him be your pilot and take you wherever you need to go. And don't be like Jonah, okay? Don't go the other way. Go the right way. Because if you go the wrong way, you're going to end up thrown in some water. Don't drown yourself. For real. Nobody wants to get hit like that.
I'm telling you, in the words of Big 30, he said, in these streets as eat or get ate, ain't no nigga swallowing me.
Right.
So, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. I know it's a little bit unorthodox. That is what it is. But you know what I'm saying, and what the Mastermind Collective is providing is actually applicable. Because if we want to go to intellectual level, well, sure, we can do that. But most people are right here at this level.
Mm-hmm.
And this is for them. Because if you had this calling on your life, you would be doing it. Yeah. And instead of pointing the finger and judging about how we doing it, just get some popcorn, baby. Because if the work was as important as you talking about folks that's doing the work, you would be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the same thing that Jesus said to the Jews in the time where he was being persecuted in the Roman Empire. He was like, if your father was Abraham, you would be doing the works of Abraham.
Yeah.
So don't think that you're better than anybody who may talk a certain way, who may live a certain way. Absolutely not. Because if you're not doing the work of righteousness, then don't condemn anybody else for at least making an attempt. And this is our attempt to do that work, because there's too many young people out here that's without vision. Yeah. And we love them so much because we love our children so much, and we love ourselves so much, and we see ourselves in them.
Absolutely.
Boys and girls. We all have sons. Not all of us have daughters. I don't have a daughter yet. Inshallah.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
And them girls ain't no joke, boy.
God knew my heart.
Shut. Damari, do you have anything to say? Talking about God knew my heart. That's funny.
Y'all better watch out. Y'all might be. Let me get a ring on this other finger.
Okay.
Y'all.
Talking about she got a little girl on the way now.
Won't he do it?
Mm-hmm. Got a little girl on the way.
I'm gonna be crying to y'all like y'all.
Ain't no crying. Gonna be like, listen here. She gonna act just like you. She gonna sound just like you. She gonna talk just like you. She gonna come at you like you. You just talking to yourself.
Let me get my act
Yeah,
together.
definitely teach us something too, you know,
Absolutely.
if you listen. But yeah, I feel like that's what our generation is tasked to do, you know, to listen and then, you know, understand that it's not just, you know,
Yeah.
about us or just about them. Like it's like an entire lesson for us that the children come with, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They use
girls
us.
will test you. They will test you. I'm not
Listen,
gonna lie.
I'm telling you. What my mama said earlier, that little baby said, "Let there be light." Who are you?
You say he 303.
No, he 333
Word.
years old. 333.
Yep.
That
All
boy.
the first word was light. He just kept saying light. He wasn't even 1 year old, but he just kept saying light.
Like,
That was the first word.
how your first word light? Like, come on now.
Mhm.
And then Zephaniah, you know, his name means hidden by God. So he all the way in it. That's I'm telling you, he the one that reminds me. Well, he doesn't have to remind me, but come on, mommy, you gonna read? You gonna read the Bible? Read the Bible. How you 3? You talking about read the Bible? Well, all right. And falls asleep as soon as I'm done reading Psalm 4, because Psalm 4 is the one for restful, peaceful sleep. He's out. He's out. He wants me to read 4, and he sleep out. And then the other 2 be gone by the time I get to 91. Like, okay,
That's beautiful.
bring them up that way. You gotta bring them up.
I'm thanking God for it, because this hood of motherhood is like we gotta stick together on this, especially when it's the righteous motherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we probably on like the east side of motherhood.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. Mhm.
So over here, it's definitely a village, but we all have unique personalities coming out of our kids, and they're teaching us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, whoa, all right. I love it when you talk like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I told Mason, I said, yeah, you a prince. He said, no, mommy, I'm a king. I
I'm
said,
a king. Yeah.
you right. Excuse me.
Absolutely. He know what's up.
Yeah,
You didn't know what was up, but
I tightened up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ashamed.
Tell my mommy, please.
I ain't too good to learn from my kid.
Mhm.
He's my biggest teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm like, we probably on the east side, you know, the upper east side of motherhood.
Okay.
Because, you know,
I like that.
that west side, I don't know what's going on over there, especially the south side. I don't know what's going on over there, but them mamas need support.
I find myself on the west side sometimes, you know, try me on different levels. I gotta come back at you with the,
You know?
I gotta meet you where you at. Well, bring you your energy. You bring me,
All right now.
right?
You sit over here.
Okay. Y'all have heard me before. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, we don't have time for that.
I understand. Because motherhood, you cannot play. You cannot play about yourself.
Mm-mm.
Like I told I think it was somebody in the mosque. I was like, I don't even dance. I don't even play with my son to where it's like I'm in my own world, and like I let my guard down to think that I can dance on social media or do stuff that, you know, most people think is all right, because
Mhm.
I'm always having to like be guard over his mind, even from the stuff that I could even do in front of him. I gotta watch
Um,
me.
yeah.
I gotta watch the world. I gotta watch what he's doing on TV. I gotta watch who he around. I gotta watch what he eat. I gotta watch
Yeah. From every angle.
every angle.
That's why you need a village, because sometimes you can't watch on that side. But you can watch on that side, and you can block out what's coming over here, and then I can block what's coming over here.
Mm-hmm.
I have some tissue.
Yeah. Get some tissue from the
No, I
bathroom.
need the nose spray on my nose.
Okay.
So y'all put in the comments how you're able to watch your kids. What are some things that we should, as parents, just be watchful over, or as a village of people, what should we be watchful over, and how can we implement those things into our everyday lives, so we're just watching out for each other at the end of the day? Like, how can we have each other's backs, you know, indirectly, as a community, starting in our own home? So if y'all have any feedback for us, leave that in the comments. Tonight has been a wonderful episode. What y'all think?
Yeah. It was really good. Definitely really good. I like that we all talked about the chapter. It's usually we're just leaving it towards the end and just kind of letting it be, but we all had to dig deep into it. And I think that's good because we all bring our perspective in, and that's the point of us going over it. We want to be able to give our input the way we see it so we can break it down, and that builds more of a unity between us too. So I appreciate y'all because there are things that y'all said that I didn't even think of. And I love that. So now when I read Galatians again, because you just can't read the Bible one time, but when you read it again, you're like, oh, yeah, that makes more sense now.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
go
love
get
it.
Quran and stuff because I like the way it's worded in the Quran too.
Mm-hmm.
I was shoot, my Bible is a KJV because
Yeah.
I grew
Yeah,
up in
that old
church,
English.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Try to intimidate you,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
nah, son.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the weird, I'm the unique
Get
part
it out.
of this, because I'm gonna get in.
I'm the
I'm gonna
unique.
talk to myself like this. That's why I'm so comfortable to talk to y'all like this on live TV, because I
Yeah.
talk to myself like this. This is how I have to
Mm-hmm.
check myself. When I get intimidated, I'll be like, "You built for this," in the mirror. I'll be like, "Oh," and I'll
Yeah.
be having to like pump myself up because life be trying to pump me, and I'll be having to let them know, like, no,
Yeah.
not cornbread.
Right.
I'm, even if I'm gonna lose the fight, I'm gonna still,
Yeah, you still got to say the cornbread.
that's your cornbread.
Right.
You ain't gonna eat your cornbread. Nah. Mm-mm. You gonna have to fight me. Like,
You go eat that
I'm not
cornbread.
rolling over. Not even for
Absolutely.
this. Like,
Yeah.
this all started making sense when I
Yeah.
realized that these books, this Holy Quran, this Holy Bible, is about us.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot,
It's the family tree storyline.
this is about, that book was written for us, and
Genetics.
especially as women. That book, God love us so much. He loved us so much. Like, I really was freed from chasing a relationship with my dad when I realized how much God loved me.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, this is what I've been looking for. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. So free yourself. Free yourself. Free yourself. We're not chasing no men in 2024 and beyond. Infinity and beyond. We ain't chasing none of one of them. You know.
Okay, Toy Story.
Mm-mm.
I love that movie.
Buzz Lightyear. All the way. I will put my little shield on. Y'all see, we got our shields on, right? We all have our shields on. Y'all think astronauts are the only people that got domes? No. We're in this thing. We're on a planet in the middle of a universe floating out this bitch, and you ain't got your helmet. You're tripping, girl. Put your scarf on. Out here naked. What? That's like you walking around and got no pistol. You got your pistol with no scarf. You tripping.
Hey.
Well, I'm
That's
over
the
here.
wrong protection. The wrong protection. The enemy got us all confused.
Right.
Y'all think it's gangster to walk around with a gun? No, it's gangster to walk around without one. Give me my scarf. I ain't playing. Gotta put my my protection on. I gotta protect this. This is what need protection. This. We don't need no more guns. We need some more scarves. We need some sisters who could sew. Who could sew? Reach out to us. We need some custom scarves. Yo, do you see that each of us got on a different scarf? We need scarves for us as a collective. We need
I need some more.
So if a sister can sew, please reach out to us. We need more seamstresses. We need more plumbers. Y'all can't even shoot no way. Put the guns down. Y'all shooting little kids. I'm sick of it. I didn't go through 9 months of pregnancy for your dumb ass to shoot it.
To take them.
Can't even aim. What you got a gun for?
Right.
Protecting the wrong thing. No. It's gangster to be able to walk in a room and not need one.
Look there.
Have a seat.
Look there.
As y'all can see,
Look there.
that's who I am to the collective. They in the comments on my Instagram live. Shout out to Bruce Waller. Shout out to Entrepreneurs in Schools. And all the sponsors. Shout out to Mindful Organic Mama and It's Everything Gabrielle, Choosing Peace and Be Branded Media Brand, and the Vibe King. Shout out to all the sponsors and the programs and the organizations that support this broadcast. If you'd like to support this broadcast, please send us an email directly. If you'd like to advertise with us, we are getting those opportunities open up. Or if you would like a one-on-one with one of us, please send us an email. We would love to do consultations for you. They are starting at $49 per 30 minutes, just so that you kind of have an idea of how much our time is. But we're happy to give you whatever personal information that you may need. We also have a number of other services that are going to be coming out, but right now, we just want to hear from you. Give us some feedback, and always be sure to join and tune in every Monday. So if y'all don't mind, I'd like to close us out in prayer.
Okay.
All right. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Master of the Day of Judgment in which we now live, thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. Guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor of those who go astray after they have heard thy teachings. Ameen.
Amen.
Allahu Akbar. God is the greatest. God is the greatest. And
Absolutely.
we should definitely bring in our ancient languages and translate into English for the people.
Okay.
Because I think it's important that we get the language elevated for everyone. And in this type of space, I think it'll stick. It'll probably stick. Where people can say, even Ashe, we need to say Ashe. So it means, and so it is. So that's like how you put your stamp on things. When you say Ashe, it's like, and so it is. So whatever it is that you want to do, just say you're going to do it and then say Ashe, and so it is. So now you're walking into what you said. And we just give thanks. Thank you. The Master Mom Collective, we thank y'all and we appreciate y'all so much. This is where you can reach our sister Gabrielle. It's Everything Gabrielle CEO on Instagram. Make sure you connect and follow her. Support her content, like her content, share her content, tap in with her. If there's anything you want shared, tag her. Okay? Tarot by Mystic Ori. That is where you can contact our sister Damari. If you need a reading, please contact her directly. If you need juicing, if you need sea moss, if you need any type of herbal tincture, or you just need to figure out what's going on, please contact Tarot by Mystic Ori on Instagram. And me, I'm not taking any requests right now. I have to mind my own business. But this is where you can reach out to me, masterpiece.bridx on Instagram. I am going to just post the content that speaks to me, and I'm going to be inspired one way or another to just continue doing what I'm doing. I'm not taking any requests for anything right now. I have to work with the people that I'm working with right now, and I'm a number one client. But I love to connect with you and like and share your content, especially if it is going to speak to the people and make an impact. And again, if you'd like to join the Master Mom Collective, please send us a request on Facebook. Join our Master Mom Collective. And if you'd like a replay of this video, search us on YouTube, Be Branded Media on YouTube. You can find us. You can find all the replays there. And you can see the full show if you tuned in with us on Instagram Live. You can see the full show on YouTube or in our Facebook group. And so we'll be back here, inshallah, or God willing, next Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Peace.
Shalom.
Assalamualaikum.